What if the path to living longer, healthier years wasn't a confusing cocktail of 12 different pills, but just 3 simple science-backed supplements that real people are already using? What if the secret wasn't hidden in some expensive longevity clinic, but sitting right there in your local pharmacy? I know the supplement world can feel overwhelming. Walk into any health store and you're bombarded with hundreds of bottles making wild promises. Biohackers on social media talk about stacks that sound more like chemistry experiments than health routines. That's not what we're doing here. In this video, I'll break down the 3 supplements most often recommended in longevity communities, especially on Reddit's RR supplements and ISHROCH longevity forums, where real people share what actually works. These are the tried and true basics that have stood the test of time: omega-3, CoQ10, and vitamin D. By the end, you'll understand what each does, what the science actually says, and whether it's worth the investment for someone living a normal, busy life like yours. Before we dive in, let's be clear about something. Supplements aren't magic bullets, and anyone selling them as such is lying to you. Diet, movement, sleep, and stress management will always matter more than any pill you can swallow. But here's the reality most of us face. We're busy, we're stressed, and despite our best intentions, most of us have nutrient gaps that diet alone doesn't cover. Maybe you're not eating fatty fish twice a week. Maybe you work indoors and barely see sunlight. Maybe your energy isn't what it used to be. This is where supplements become allies, not replacements, for healthy living. And when chosen carefully, based on solid science rather than marketing hype, they can add measurable value to your energy, resilience, and even longevity. Let's start with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, the active compounds found naturally in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. On Reddit's longevity forums, it's probably the most universally recommended supplement, and for good reason. Omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatory agents that work at the cellular level. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire in your body. It damages your arteries, ages your brain, and accelerates the aging process overall. Omega-3s help put out that fire. They protect your heart by keeping blood vessels flexible and reducing dangerous clotting. They support brain health by maintaining the fatty membranes that neurons need to communicate effectively. Some studies even suggest they may influence biological aging by protecting telomeres, the protective caps on your chromosomes that shorten as you age. A major 2019 meta-analysis published in Circulation involving over 120,000 participants, confirmed that daily omega-3 supplementation significantly lowers the risk of heart attack and stroke. Here's an easy way to think about it. Omega-3s work like high-quality oil for your body's engine, keeping all the parts moving smoothly, reducing friction, and preventing the kind of wear and tear that leads to breakdowns down the road. Next up is coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10 as it's commonly known. Reddit biohackers call this the energy molecule, and that nickname isn't just marketing speak, it's biochemically accurate. CoQ10 is essential for helping your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside every cell, produce ATP, which is literally your body's energy currency. Think of mitochondria as little factories, and CoQ10 as a crucial component of their machinery. Here's the problem. As we age, our natural CoQ10 levels decline significantly. By age 40, you might have 30% less CoQ10 than you had at 20. By 65, that number can drop to 50% or more. This means your cellular factories are running with worn-out equipment, producing less energy and working less efficiently. Supplementing with CoQ10 helps restore that balance, especially for middle-aged adults who are starting to feel that afternoon energy crash more often. Clinical trials have shown benefits for cardiovascular health, reduced exercise fatigue, and even improved recovery times. Some studies suggest it may help with blood pressure and overall heart function. And here's a simple analogy that makes this crystal clear. CoQ10 supplementation is like replacing the aging battery in your smartphone. Same device, same apps, but suddenly everything runs faster and lasts longer because the power source is working properly again. Finally, we have vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin because your skin produces it when exposed to sunlight. This might surprise you, but vitamin D deficiency is one of the most common nutritional deficiencies worldwide, especially in adults over 40. If you work indoors, live in a northern climate, or simply don't spend much time outside, there's a good chance you're not getting enough. And the consequences of deficiency go far beyond just bone health, though that's important too. Low vitamin D levels are linked to weakened immune function, increased susceptibility to respiratory infections, mood disorders including seasonal depression, muscle weakness, and even accelerated aging at the cellular level. On the flip side, maintaining adequate vitamin D levels through supplementation has been shown in randomized controlled trials to reduce all-cause mortality risk, meaning people with sufficient vitamin D levels simply live longer, healthier lives. The effect is even more pronounced when vitamin D is combined with vitamin K2, which helps ensure that calcium gets deposited in your bones where it belongs, rather than in your arteries where it can cause problems. Think of vitamin D as the foundation of a house. You don't see it once the house is built, but if that foundation is weak or crumbling, the entire structure becomes unstable over time. So why do Reddit biohackers, longevity researchers, and health-conscious communities consistently rank these three supplements so highly? It's because they work together synergistically, each addressing a different but crucial aspect of healthy aging. Omega-3 tackles chronic inflammation, the underlying driver of most age-related diseases. CoQ10 restores energy production at the cellular level, helping your body function more efficiently. Vitamin D builds immune resilience and maintains the structural integrity of your bones and muscles. It's like having three different specialists working on your health. One fighting inflammation, one optimizing energy, and one strengthening your foundation. Together, they create a comprehensive approach to supporting your body's natural ability to age well. For practical dosages based on clinical research, aim for 1,000–2,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA from omega-3 daily, 100–200 milligrams of CoQ10 daily, preferably in the ubiquinol form for better absorption, and 1,000–2,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, ideally paired with some vitamin K2. Take the omega-3 and CoQ10 with meals containing some fat for optimal absorption. And remember that consistency matters more than perfect timing. Here's what I love about this approach. These three supplements are widely available, well-researched, and relatively affordable. You don't need to hunt down exotic compounds or spend hundreds of dollars on boutique brands with fancy marketing. You can find quality versions of all three at your local pharmacy or health food store. The key is choosing reputable brands that third-party test their products for purity and potency. I've actually linked a starter bundle in the description below with the exact omega-3, CoQ10, and vitamin D supplements. I recommend to people just getting started. These aren't the most expensive options on the market, but they're the ones I trust based on quality, testing, and value. Think of this less as starting a complicated pill routine, and more as giving your cells the basic fuel and protection they need to function optimally every single day. Let me address a few common questions I get about this stack. Can I just eat more fish instead of taking omega-3 supplements? Absolutely, and I encourage that too. But to get the therapeutic levels shown in studies, you'd need to eat fatty fish about 4 times per week, which most people simply don't do consistently. Isn't CoQ10 just for people taking statin medications? While it's true that statins deplete CoQ10 levels, making supplementation especially important for those patients, remember that natural CoQ10 production declines with age regardless of medication use. Can vitamin D cause toxicity? Only at extremely high doses taken consistently over time. The 1,000–2,000 IU daily range I mentioned is considered safe for virtually all adults and is far below toxic levels. So here's my takeaway for you. Longevity doesn't have to mean chasing the latest biohacking trends or spending thousands of dollars on cutting-edge treatments that may or may not work. Sometimes the most powerful interventions are also the simplest and most accessible. Omega-3, CoQ10, and vitamin D, 3 supplements with decades of research behind them, recommended by communities of real people who are successfully aging well, and available at a cost that won't break your budget. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start with one, add the others gradually, and be consistent. Your future self will thank you for the small, smart choices you make today. Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button for more evidence-based longevity content without the hype. If you're ready to try the Core 3 stack, check out those trusted links in the description. Remember, your longer, healthier tomorrow starts with one simple step today. Thank you for spending your time here. I'm grateful you're on this journey with me. Wishing you practical progress and good health. If you found this helpful, I've got more eye-opening research on longevity compounds that most people have never heard of. Click the video that just appeared on your screen to discover the next piece of the healthy aging puzzle.